All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're talking about one of the most in-demand and honestly, one of the most accessible new careers out there, prompt engineering. If you've been looking for your way into the whole AI boom, well, this is it.
So let's just cut to the chase, right? Is it really possible to make six figures just by talking to an AI? The short answer? Absolutely yes. And we're about to break down exactly how that works.
First things first, why is this all happening right now? Well, the AI boom isn't just a trend. It's created a whole new career path that's wide open for freelancers, students, really anyone who's curious. And trust me, 2025 is going to be the year this goes from a niche skill to a totally mainstream job.
I mean, think about it. Every company out there is scrambling to use AI tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, and Claude. But here's the catch. Those tools are only as smart as the person using them. And that's created this massive gap, a huge demand for people who know how to speak the language of AI.
So that leads us to the big question. What in the world is prompt engineering really? You know, it's a bit of an art and it's a bit of a science, but it's way easier to understand than you might think.
At its core, it's all about crafting super precise instructions. We call them prompts, to get an AI to do exactly what you want it to do. It's the difference between asking a fuzzy question and giving a razor-sharp command.
I love this way of thinking about it. You are the bridge between a human idea and the AI's power to execute it. You're not just a user, you're more like a director or a translator. You're the one who makes the magic happen.
Okay, let's make this super practical. If you give AI a vague prompt, like write a blog post about fitness, you're going to get something generic and, frankly, pretty useless. But an engineered prompt that specifies the word count, the tone, the exact topic, the target audience, the difference in the result isn't just a little better, it's night and day. That's the skill companies are paying top dollar for.
All right, so this is a real skill, but how does that turn into a real career? Let's talk about the opportunity, and yeah, let's talk about the money, because when there's this much demand, the paychecks follow.
And the demand is just exploding everywhere. You've got freelance gigs popping up on sites like Upwork, you've got full-time corporate jobs where you're helping a company build out its AI strategy, and you even have high-end consulting roles. It's really blowing up.
And here's the best part. You don't have to be a seasoned expert to get started. As a freelancer just dipping your toes in, you can easily pull in $25 to $50 an hour, all working remotely. It's a fantastic way to start building up your experience.
Now, let's say you stick with it for a couple of years. Once you hit that mid-level, you're looking at a huge jump. We're talking a full-time salary in the range of $70,000 all the way up to $110,000 a year.
And for the experts, the people at the very top of their game, the sky is the limit. Senior engineers and consultants are pulling in over $200,000. Seriously. Tech giants like Anthropic and OpenAI are hiring for these roles as we speak.
Okay, I bet you're interested now. So what do you actually need to get going? Let's open up the toolkit and look at the skills and the software that'll set you up for success. And here's some more great news. You don't need a fancy computer science degree. The most important skills are practical ones. You need to be a good communicator, have some logical thinking skills to figure out what works, and of course, get hands-on experience with the tools. Yeah, a little coding knowledge helps, but it is absolutely not a deal breaker. Speaking of tools, here are the big ones. Your bread and butter is going to be something like ChatGPT or GPT-4. If you're into creative stuff, you have to know Midjourney for images. Then you can get more advanced with tools like Prompt Perfect to really fine-tune your prompts, and Flow GPT, which is like a giant library where you can learn from prompts that are already proven to work.
I know this might seem like a lot, but breaking into this field is totally achievable. We've actually boiled it down to a simple 5-step plan to get you launched.
So here's your playbook. 1. Learn the absolute basics of how these AI models think. 2. Practice every single day. This is a skill you build by doing. 3. Create a portfolio. Save your best work on Notion or GitHub. 4. Jump into the communities on places like Reddit or FlowGPT. And finally, step 5. Start applying. Hit up freelance sites like Upwork and Fiverr or hunt for full-time jobs on LinkedIn.
And I want you to remember this, because it's the most important part. This career is built on what you can do, not on a piece of paper. Your skill is your resume. Mastering the craft is your real qualification. So let's wrap up with this final thought. The future of work in so many different fields is going to be a conversation with AI. The only question left is, are you going to be ready to lead that conversation?